I'm Ryan. I just graduated this year with my master's in environmental planning. And I have a TikTok where I focus a lot of my work on advocacy, with a little sass though, you know what I mean? And right now, currently, I'm in Rent the Musical at the Barn Theater in Stuart, Florida.
Nice. Can you give us a little rendition of a little bit of what you're singing?
Sure. All right. Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care?
Fabulous. So now that we know that you're a theater queen.
Oh yeah, definitely a theater queen. That's where I get it all.
Anyway, I just have to say I've been following you since I found this app, and my whole idea is twofold. A, for the people that I really enjoy, I want more than just whatever 60 seconds, and I'm very specific as to who I'm kind of putting into this kind of mix.
Yeah.
But what happened in the interim is it's not just like, oh, let's be friends and play. It's more like these are people that are smart and I would otherwise never had a chance to meet, but I think have a keen enough sense of importance that I feel that we're in this political maelstrom of insanity, that my idea is to pull everyone together for this next election cycle. I know I want to talk about your advocacy work too, because I really appreciate with such fervor that you like.
Oh God.
You're honest, say what you say.
I'm a sassy queen, and if I think I need to call it out, I'm gonna call it out. You know what I mean? I like to hold myself accountable, and so I try to also make sure that we're holding other people accountable.
Yeah, it's interesting, those kind of more intimate dynamics within this community where it becomes very kind of toxic. I've tried to stay out of that just because, girl, I'm too old. You know what I mean? I'm just been there, But it's interesting to watch, and it's interesting to see you in the stew of it, but that you're willing to just come out and stay on message. I think that's really important.
Yeah. I like this weekend, I got myself, in some doo-doo, but I felt like it was important, we need to hold those people that we are friends with accountable, just as we're holding the people that we're not friends accountable. So yeah, for me, it can be dramatic and it can be a hot mess, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I try to keep my focus on the right thing and doing the right thing.
No. I think you're a real good, strong voice on this app, and I think it's important that for me to watch you like fight back. I thought that was really admirable. So where are you from originally?
From here, from Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did you ever go to New York and try your hand at theater and stuff?
So I moved to Chicago for about 8 years, and that's where I just recently moved back from. And I did improv, I did musical improv, and I gave it a try, and it was great, and I enjoyed it. But you don't make money being an improviser, so went back to get my master's, and yeah.
Listen, I think that's very admirable. I think city planning is really very important going forward into the future.
It really is, and a lot of people don't understand kind of the importance of how it like directly affects how communities are built out. Because I didn't really understand it, and then in my master's program, I was just like, oh my gosh, because all our histories that we learned were white man's histories of how they built communities, and we had this class where we learned about Black communities and how they built um, their towns and whatnot. And our teacher asked this question of basically like, is that real planning? And I was like, what? It boggling to me, but there's a lot of racism that's embedded within just the planning. So
of course, it's like, and also where they build highways and roads that have created. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I mean, city plan now, especially what's important about city planning is the need for housing is so amazing in so many
Yes.
different parts of the United States. And it's almost like it would be important to somehow rebirth like the Main Street, the smaller businesses again, because
Yeah.
everything's been pushed to these like big box stores and malls. And it's like, how do we recreate the intimacy of Main Street USA,
All businesses. The thing I'm learning here about Florida is, one, it's a bunch of gated communities. So there's not a lot of affordable housing here. And then also it's a bunch of just brands. It's a bunch of big name businesses. And there's not a lot of small businesses. And when they are there, they're getting run out by these big corporations that don't care about anything. So it's something that we really need to focus on in planning, of bringing it back to the smaller businesses and housing, like you said, of affordable housing for people.
right?
Because the average cost for a one bedroom here in Florida is $1,700
For a one bedroom.
for one bedroom. And
That's a
that's here in
lot.
Florida. When I lived in Chicago, I found a studio apartment for $800. And that's not happening here.
Really? I mean, is it an affluent part of Florida?
No. That's
That's a lot.
so confused about, because I think the median income is about $43,000.
Yeah, that makes
Making
that's weird.
43,000. Nobody who's making $43,000 can afford a $1,700 apartment bill every month.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Florida is this just weird amalgamation of voters, and unfortunately, it usually sways Republican. In the district or the county that I am in, it is very, very, very close. It literally was blue for 2018 and then red for 2020. So it we really need to start focusing. And honestly, the city that I'm going to start working for is there's large populations of both Latino and Black. I don't think, unfortunately, have the voices that they deserve to have. So I'm 100% about getting out and making sure that these people understand that if you don't vote, we don't get. And right now our democracy is in peril.
It's in
Um,
tender hooks. I'm so free. I mean, I I try to be optimistic, and I'm a diehard optimist, but like people have gone beyond the moon. It's like there's no pulling these people back in time for November.
yeah,
We just have to make sure there's more of us at the box office. Like I'm about to do a post as soon as we are finished, just to remind, look, I'm on the left. I everything in Build Back Better, but without voting rights, nothing matters. And if
100%.
our Congress does not clear voting rights, you can talk about childcare till you're blue in the face. If
Right.
we don't have the votes, we're not going to get anything. And that's really frustrating about the way we kind of divide our energies to all these other important things. They're all important.
Yeah, they're all important, but like what you just said, voting is literally the quintessential. It's like the most important thing about being an American citizen.
Yeah.
It was literally our biggest right. And that our Congress is just kind of taking its time getting to this is like it's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, thank you
I'd
so
love to
much
chat
for
with you
having me
anytime.
on, and I'm honored that you even thought of me.
No,
So
no, no. I find you extremely vivacious and smart, and just so succinct in your takedown of others that it's really good. I should have known you were a theater queen.
oh yeah, girl. I mean, I haven't done musical theater in a long time. This is like my first show in forever that's not improv. So I'm nervous, but I'm ready to get back into it.
Go for it.